Jeff Green here with Dynamic Photography. I'm headed up for the night to a group of lakes up in the Mount Jefferson Wilderness Area, and I'm gonna do a little fly fishing, gonna do a little landscape photography, and just generally goof off for the next 24 hours. I'm not gonna say exactly where I'm going. In fact, I don't really know which lake I'm gonna end up at. Doesn't matter. The goal is to have a good time. We'll see you up there. I'm getting close to the first lake. I just talked to a Willamette National Forest Ranger, and he gave me a hot take on a really good lake that's further on down the trail that I should go hit if I want solitude and nice fish. I love how we're all misusing the phrase hot take in recent times, because if somebody is giving you a hot take, they're just giving you their opinion, and everyone has an opinion, and not everybody truthfully has a hot take. So we all seem to be misusing, especially in the social media era, we're misusing the phrase hot take. So my question to you guys is related to this hike and this mission. In the comments, leave me a comment. What's your hot take? Holy smokes, look at this dispersed campsite. Flat spot, campfire ring, little distance from the water. I love it. I love it. I kind of want to stay here. This is the first lake, by the way. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking I wouldn't stay at the first lake, but this just looks so juicy. I left lake number 1 and I'm pressing on to lake number 2. I just didn't want to stay at the first lake, that's all. I just want to go and explore a little bit further. You know, there was a couple of people at the first lake, and I want more solitude. I think there's going to be probably almost nobody at the next lake. That was a bit of a climb from the first lake to the second lake. Most of it was uphill. Took about 40 minutes. And I'm at the second lake. I'm really happy to be here, and I think I'm going to stay here. I think it's less windy here, so the challenge, or maybe it's not going to be a challenge, is to find a decent place to stay. It's a pretty lake. just kind of don't think I should stay at the first spot that I find. So I'm gonna look around for a little bit. Tree marker. All right, I found a spot that I kind of like. All right, this site is pretty good. And I'm gonna set up here, so I'm not gonna film everything in detail, maybe little snippets here and there, but I'm gonna do bug spray, solar panels, filter water, set up my shelter system, have a snack, and then I'm gonna start fly fishing. Yeah, this spot is pretty darn cool, and I just saw a fish jump. And yes, that's three-fingered jack right up there. This is pretty good. This will be good for photography too. So real quick, some statistics. That took 3 hours and 24 minutes, and it was just about a quarter mile under 6 miles, and it really should have not been quite 6 miles because I went around the other side of the lake and then came back over here. No big deal. Started out at 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and right now it's right under 90. It is hot today. Dude, I hate bug spray. I hate it. We're gonna get the solar panels up and running over here. It just looks like that. Gonna charge a main battery, and then we'll charge devices off the main battery this evening. Should I do the traditional YouTube time lapse of setting up your shelter? And just like that, it's up, no time lapse. Bam, just like that. Strung up, ready to go. Everything's ready. So in terms of fly fishing materials that I brought, just real quick, a 5-weight, a little Orvis reel. I brought about 20 flies, most of them dry flies. I brought extra leader, some tippet, some floatant, some forceps, some snips, and is that it? That could be it. Yeah. Let's see how fast I can set up this camp chair. Sometimes I wonder if I should be bringing this thing or not. I don't really need it because I can sit on these logs. This chair is really nice and it's very comfortable. It takes up some space in your pack. That's really, if there's a downside, it takes up, obviously, that much space. So if you were on a multi-day and you packed a lot of food, dehydrated food and whatnot, I think that you would need to think about not bringing this chair. Make room for more food. On a multi-day, that is. Oh my gosh. Now it's dangerous for me to sit down, so I might not want to get back. Oh my god, it's so to filter water and also to wade out there a little bit further, I'm going to go ahead and put these on. I'm taking off the bottom half of my hiking pants. They unzip. I'll save them for later. I'm going out. I saw a fish right there. Alright, I'm going out into the water now. Let's see how cold it might be. I don't know. That feels good. Say it again. It feels really good. I filtered enough water that I can drink a bunch and I can make some dinner, and we'll filter more later. first dipped into the lake, the fish were eating over there, and they were eating something on the surface. I casted to them with a number of flies. I missed one fish. I don't think it was that big, but it's totally done. It's off. I don't even see the bugs anymore, let alone the fish. Kind of sucks. So I'm looking at the clock, and what I'm thinking right now is I'm going to continue to do this for about another hour, and then I'm going to go back and do camp duties. I can eat some dinner. Alright, no fish. I fished for about an hour and a half. I missed a couple fish. They were small, but when I first got here, there were a lot of fish eating on the surface out here, especially right over there, but never hooked up with one. I'm going to go back to camp and start making some dinner. I'm going to boil some water. Hopefully I can dry out a little bit. In the meantime, I'm soaked. Moved over to a flat rock. Should do a little bit better. All right, let's add water now. The water is boiling. It's going to take a while until it cools off enough to eat. This is a carbon fiber tripod. It's a backpacking model by MePhoto. Super lightweight, I love it. Camera we're going to be using, it's the Nikon D750 full frame, paired with the Nikon 24-70. Great lens. Really good lens for landscape photography. After dinner, we're going to head back down to the water. I'm going to take this camera system, also going to take the fly rod and combine both fly fishing and photography. Still waiting on dinner to get ready, and I'm going to get out my materials here for my bear bag kit. This is homemade. I'm not going to set it right now, but I'm just going to get stuff ready. I'll stash my remaining food in there. Got plenty of line. So later on when I'm ready to do it, I won't do it anywhere near camp. I'll go find somewhere good. So I won't be doing a campfire, by the way. I just don't want to. There's really no reason to. All right, feels pretty good. Pretty hungry. Dude, it's super good. What the heck? I'm not even joking. Peak refuel. I'm used to eating mountain houses. I always have mountain houses. This is super good though. I'd say this is just a little bit better than the mountain houses. That was super good. I ate that incredibly fast. Now I'm gonna clean up all of the garbage that I made during dinner and get it all in here, sealed up. And I'm gonna put all of the food garbage into the bear bag also. Last thing I'm going to do before I head back down to the water is I'm going to send and receive messages over satellites. So this is the Garmin InReach, and it does text messages over the satellite system. Obviously there's no cell phone connectivity out here, so I'm going to update my wife, let her know what lake I'm staying at for the night, because I never let her know earlier what lake it was going to be. She knew what trailhead I was using, but it's important to let somebody know. And what a handy device to have when you have no cell phone connectivity. Okay, location message sent, and takes a little while to upload to the satellites. So Glad it can do that though. Well, I tried. There were a few fish out there. I had a chance. I missed one. So I'm going to get all my gear, get back into the woods over there and to my campsite, get my bear bag kit out somewhere and clean up and get ready for bed. Let's get this thing going. I should have looked earlier in the daylight, but I found something down here by the water. This is not the area I was fishing at. I'm far away from camp. This branch I'm about to use is not as tall as you would want, but I'm gonna use it because I am almost out of daylight. I never get these bear bags very good. Oh, I should try to do a better job of doing it during daylight. But you know what? It's okay. It's not as tall, not as high as I want it to be, but it'll work. All right, I'm back to camp. As I got back here, I heard a loud noise crashing through the forest, taking off. So it was probably a deer. It sounded exactly like a deer, but it was a little spooky hearing that noise. It's a very loud noise. But you know, I'm glad I have my sidearm just in case. There's deer. Deer. You see those eyes? That's crazy. What was that? I hope that was just a deer. There it is. There. Yep, it's a deer. There's a deer right there. Jesus, that was spooky. I'm glad I saw him though. Holy smokes. I saw his eyes. That was so spooky. They lit up like a Christmas tree. You know what? I can hear the footsteps. Anyways, that's going to be happening all night. I've got a bad feeling about this. We're going to be hearing footsteps around camp all night. God damn, it was spooky at first. Okay, so there's going to be deer roaming around. Been through it before, no big deal. Fire up my one glow stick. There we go. I don't know why I do it. I just do it. I like it. I like to have that one glow stick on the tent. I'm about ready to hit the tent here in a minute. I'm going to take my water, my phone, my satellite communicator, my weapon. got a massive blister and it popped yesterday. It's really sore, but I'm going to clean it and put something on it. That was not a very restful night of sleep. There were animals in this whole area, all around here, coming through camp, making so much noise. It was kind of weird. I would hear and I would make like a noise and I'd hear them prance off, like crashing through all the foliage. Loud crashing sound. And I know they're deer. I saw the deer earlier. It's just kind of weird. One time I did peek out the tent and saw eyes again, the glowing eyes, and it's just kind of spooky. I know they're deer, but you know how your mind can play games on you in the middle of the night in total darkness. So overall, probably not the best night of sleep, but you know, if you're going to be out here, you know, you're going to be part of that. I'm ready to start moving around a little bit. And I'm going to go get the bear bag and get my food, get my coffee, my breakfast. It's pretty chilly this morning. The clouds have rolled in overnight. Can't see three-fingered jack. There's no fish activity whatsoever. Just gonna focus on making some breakfast, making some good coffee, just relaxing, maybe sit down in my chair. First things first, gotta filter some water. All right, next we're gonna make some coffee. And I'm trying a new brand called Death Wish Coffee Company. It's boiling. Okay, my least favorite part, pouring the water. Death Watch. Oh yeah, it smells strong. Just a little bit of stirring here. This is one of my favorite parts of doing this, is in the morning, sitting in the chair, eating some breakfast, and drinking some coffee. This coffee is good. I mean, it's good enough. It is strong, but there's nothing crazy about it. I've had plenty of strong coffee over the years. Everything was really damp this morning, so I got it airing out. And it's been airing out for a little bit now while I've been doing other things, but it's time to go ahead and put it all away and pack it up. It will be damp and dirty, so I'll make sure to bust it all out back at home and air dry it out and clean it up, make sure it's all good for the next one. Just made my second cup of coffee and added some hot chocolate to this one to make a mocha. The first cup I didn't because I wanted to experience that coffee by itself. What's it called? Death Watch or something? Death something? Jesus, I forgot already. Death Wish. Anyways, the Death Wish was pretty good. Oh boy. What do I call it? Death Watch? That's from the Clone Wars. I'm packing up. I've got probably 90% of my stuff packed up and feeling pretty good, except for I got a headache. I think lack of sleep is leading to a headache. I'm gonna dig through my pack and get my Advil. Here's where I spent a lot of time last night. There's three-fingered jack off in the distance. Lake is looking good. It's looking nice and inviting. I wonder what the temperature is right now. There's no fish activity. I wouldn't imagine there would be right now. Might have been this morning though. So I think I'm gonna finish breaking down my camp. I'm almost done. Take apart my fly rod next and put all that stuff away, and I'm just about ready to get out of here. Let's get out of here. Still at the second lake, and I got my creek crossing to get back to the main trail. Looking pretty, lots of mosquitoes. I thought to myself, don't spill your coffee. I looked down to my coffee and there was a bunch of mosquitoes in my coffee. So I poured it out. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. I'm gonna take a little break here and filter some water and adjust my gear, and I'm gonna head back. Got about a 5.5 mile hike, and no filming on the way back. So you know, it's been a fun 24 hours up here. I love doing this stuff. Wish I would have caught a fish. I had a chance, got a few strikes, but you know, that's part of the game. Pretty good landscape photography. Also, the mountain lit up, looked really really colorful there for a few minutes. So you know, I hope to do more of this summer, but you know how it goes. Time flies by pretty fast, and if I can find it in my schedule, I'll head back up. But if not, this could be it for the summer. Always going to be fly fishing though. All right, so if you've made it this far into the video, I want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. All right, thanks again, and we'll see you next time.